Hello, kindred spirits. Welcome to the Magical Mystical Divinations podcast. I'm your host, Southern Mystic Tama P., creator of mysticdivinations.com. That's mystic with a K, by the way. I invite you into my sacred space, which is located in the heart of East Tennessee. This is my first podcast, episode 1 of what is obviously season 1. In this episode, I would like to treat it as an introduction. So grab your favorite beverage and hang out with me for a spell as we connect on a higher level. I have used personal divination since early 2008 to improve my life and navigate my way through life's constant obstacles and challenges. It made such a dramatic change in my life that eventually I wanted to create an outlet where I can share what I have learned with others. That's how mysticdivinations.com came about. I encourage you to visit my website or check it out on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, or X. Feel free to reach out to me, as I would love to hear from you. Now, who am I? You may ask, why would you want to tune in to my podcast? Because this podcast can help you find your highest awareness and pique your curiosity into things you dare to explore. You may also want to know, why am I using the name Tama P? Because years ago I was in a group of paranormal investigators and my nickname was Tama Paranormal. We visited more than 40 alleged haunted locations in the South, seeking evidence of the supernatural. I had a different website at the time, and my group was featured on several local media outlets over the years that we investigated haunted locations. This afforded me an opportunity to write a few books about our experiences. So I am also an indie author. Some of those books are available for sale on my website. Check it out. Back to my name. I dropped the paranormal nickname and left the initial because it is also the same initial for my real last name. It just seems to fit. Another interesting tidbit is that I was born completely veiled. This is known as in-call. It is a rare event when a baby is born while still inside their intact amniotic sac. The sac can be partially or completely unbroken and can make the baby look like they are wrapped in a soft, jelly-like bubble. In-call births occur in less than 1 in 80,000 births. It's kind of cool to be 1 in 80,000 if I have to be honest. Many people in the South believe that a baby who is born in call, also known as a call bearer, is predispositioned to have good luck, or they believe the baby incapable of drowning. I am fascinated by superstitions, so naturally I have looked into these claims. And of course, some are not true, because I could easily drown. And as for good luck, well, not so much. Sometimes I joke that there is a curse to being born behind the veil, because I definitely do have strange luck. But luck is something I don't cater to. I have learned that I can change and redirect my so-called luck with manifestation practices. This podcast will delve into every subject that I mention in this first introductory episode. Manifesting the life you truly desire will be one of many topics in the future episodes. Another superstition surrounding callbearers is that we have psychic abilities. I choose to believe I have psychic tendencies, as I am very intuitive. Plus, I do receive messages from time to time from something far greater than I, which is why I am drawn to mysticism and spirituality. Naturally, after seeing, feeling, and hearing things all of my life that seemed otherworldly, I was drawn to spirits or ghosts, hauntings, and the world in between. That's how I became a paranormal investigator for almost a decade. Now you know about some of the reasons that I am naturally drawn to everything metaphysical or supernatural. But being from the Southeast, which is known as part of the Bible Belt, I often found myself feeling different from everyone else. Thankfully, I found my way, and I am at one of the most peaceful phases in my life at this current moment. I am more comfortable being my authentic self than I have ever been. Growing up, I was exposed to Christianity. I have visited many churches of different denominations, including Baptist, Methodist, Presbyterian, Mormon, Jehovah's Witness, Church of God. I have explored witchcraft and was raised in a family that had some Cherokee Native American culture and beliefs. As you can probably sense, I was more than a little confused at times, and I never quite understood where I fit in. So being inquisitive, I set out on a path to discover who I am and where I belong. Let me clarify that this podcast will have nothing to do with religion. I want to be upfront about that. But it will have everything to do with personal and spiritual empowerment, personal and spiritual discovery, and directing our energy in more positive and influential directions. Even though it's not about religion, you will hear me refer to the divine, God, the universe, Mother Earth, and Spirit, because they are all one and the same to me. I will talk about spirit guides, our ancestors, gods and goddesses, and also spirit animals. signs from the universe, I can never say that word, synchronicities, and astrology. The list is so expansive I can't possibly cover it all in one episode. Of course, I will talk about magical and mystical topics, and yes, there will even be talks about spirits and ghosts, folklore, and superstitions. There will possibly be some Appalachian phrases you may have never heard of, so that could be fun or funny. As I mentioned, I am intrigued with superstitions, and many superstitions rise from the ashes of truth, many times truths that make others uncomfortable. The fact is, discussing all of these topics were not uncommon in my household. The supernatural seemed rather natural to me. I had many strong and loving family members from all walks of life and beliefs who influenced me. And thanks to their influences, I consider myself to be a very well-rounded person, an extremely curious person, a person with special gifts and skills, and maybe you are such a person yourself. Not exactly the same, but similar. Maybe there is something inside of you that wants to know more, wants to be more, and wants to be your most authentic, organic self. In this space, you are among kindred spirits. I invite you to be inquisitive and explore these fascinating subjects with me. Most of the time, it will be a solo podcast. But if all goes well, I have many friends and acquaintances who I plan to invite to be on the show as a featured guest to share their wisdom, insight, and experiences in all of these topics. I am so excited about this podcast, and I hope you are as well. And I hope you will tune in to the next episode coming soon. I thank you for your time today. I want to leave you with a positive affirmation for this day. You will feel peace when you live in the moment, without worry of tomorrow, without regret from the past. Tell yourself, I am at peace in this moment. I will not worry about tomorrow. I will enjoy this moment and the moments of peace that surround me. I will not dwell in the past because the past served its purpose yesterday and the days before that, and I love who I am today. I am your host, Tama P. Be sure to visit my website, mysticdivinations.com. That's mystic with a K, by the way, or follow any of my social platforms. Thank you for your support. Blessed be.